Now we're going to look at the CRUD application. CRUD application comes with the examples that come with this course, and CRUD stands for Create, Read, Update, Delete. The purpose of the CRUD application in this course is to show you how it's done. The CRUD application is a very common form of database application. It's really the basis of most of the database applications that you'll write, even the ones that are more complicated than this. And the purpose of having it here and the purpose of going over it here is so that you can see how the SQL is used within the context of an application. So this is an application, uses SQL to perform all of the database functions. So first off, let's look at the application and how it works. This is the CRUD application. This is the page that you get when you start it up, and it lists the albums that are in the database. This application keeps information on record albums and the tracks on the albums. So it uses two tables, the album table and the track table that we've been using within the context of the rest of the course. And those tables are joined together on the album ID. So it's a very simple example of two joined tables. So let's look at how the CRUD application works. This screen is the opening screen. This is what you get when you start up the application. It lists the albums that are in the database, and it allows you to add an album to the database. So go ahead and add one. So there's the album data, and when we add that, we now get this screen that has the album data here and the tracks for the album here. There aren't any tracks yet. It says right there that we may add some now, and why don't we go ahead and do that. So there's our first track. You'll notice it goes ahead and puts the cursor there. That's very convenient for me to enter the second track. And we'll go ahead and add one more. Now we've added an album and we've added 3 tracks. So this is the create function in Create, Read, Update, Delete. Let's go ahead and bring up SID and look at the data that we've added. We'll start by looking at the album data. Select the album database. So this is all of the albums in the database, and here with ID number 23 is the greatest album ever made by Bill Weinman. It's got all the information that we entered on that first album screen. We want to look at the track data. We'll go ahead and enter a query for that. Track number is a short little column, so I like to have a short little title at the top of it. We're going to use a where clause with the album ID equals 23 because we know that that's the album that we're looking for. So there's our select, and if I haven't made any typos, this will work. Look at that. So there's our 3 tracks, first track, another track, and the greatest track ever recorded in the album. So this is the data that was entered over here in CRUD. Go ahead and click Done, and we'll see our album here. You notice this is in order by album, so the comes between Rubber Soul and Two Men with the Blues. And there's the album. I can press Edit. We get back over to the Edit screen that has all of this information on it. Now, we can change things up here. Like, for instance, I could put this in title case. And press Update. And that information gets updated in the database. So we go ahead and look at it with our query in SID, and we'll see that the title has changed in the database. So that's the update function in Create, Read, Update, and Delete. And we can update individual tracks if we want to. Put that one in title case. And again, over here, see it's got a lowercase there. We run our query, and it's got a capital T. And we can delete. If we want to delete an individual track, we can just delete this third track here. Notice the confirmation screen. Whenever you're creating an application that does a delete function, you're usually going to want to have a confirmation screen for a delete. This makes sure that you don't accidentally delete data that you don't mean to. You make the user actually confirm their delete action. Go ahead and press confirm, and we've deleted that